What's up, Curly? Angie. Marie.
No, that's Mary Ann.
Mary Jones, sorry. I don't know if February is.
Who's February 216? Tell us who you are so we know, because we don't know some of your names. And Abby's on. Hi, Abby. One of my interns just popped on. Thank you guys for joining in tonight. Hi, Marianne. Hi, Ariana. How are you?
Ariana Grande?
No, it is not. Mr. Unger wishes it was Ariana Grande.
So close.
Hi, sweetheart. How are you? That's Curly Kiki. That's whose house we went to. That's the big dog. That's awesome.
Oh, yeah. We were coming for the doggy.
Hi, Gloria.
Gloria's here.
I got to see Gloria yesterday. So did you.
I did?
Yeah, she was at volleyball, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. We miss you too, Ange. So Mr. Unger is not the only dork that calls you Ariana.
So it is Ariana Grande.
No, it is not. Okay, we're going to give it a few more minutes before we start. And tonight we are talking about villains.
Yeah, we had the cool Harry Potter music for that. I didn't have any. I wasn't thinking ahead for some scary villain music. Sorry.
Done that. Yeah.
I don't know what villain music is. I don't know.
Well, now I want to know. I'm going to have to figure out. Tell us what you think villain music is. Tell us in the comments so we can play it next time we do villains, because I'm sure we'll be doing them again.
We're going to be talking about some classic villains with some books and literature. While we're waiting, I'd like to. We talk about anti-villains was something we were talking about today.
She literally gets called it every day.
Gets called what, Ariana Grande?
Yes. He's not going to stop
an
with
anti-villain,
it.
but you know,
we're going to keep going with that.
Yeah. What grade are you in, Ariana? Because I don't know who you are, Ariana.
We have.
I know there's a lag.
There's like 6 Arianas, so I'm not quite sure which one it is. So I'm not a really bad librarian. We have over 1,000 kids in school.
Well, you're a junior? Oh yeah. Well, I can't torture you then.
Did he already torture you? Did you already have him in class?
It's possible.
Well, now I want to know who it is. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get
You see what Lassiter?
Well, we figured, I don't
know. But I was just gonna make a comment because we were talking about the villains and talking about anti-villains, or like the villains you root for. And you know, with all my books, and everybody knows, and especially if you've been to my room, I know a couple of the cheerleaders made it down, just kind of peeking in. Joker is one of those people that you kind of root for. Anyway, you kind of root for, even, you know, you go back to The Dark Knight. It was one of those people that, you know, you got Batman's there and its whole movie's about Batman, but it was kind of like, oh, come on, you know, Joker can pull it off. You hope for. You move up to Suicide Squad. Other than, you know, Rick Flag, everybody in there is a bad guy. Well, Katana was technically a good person, but everybody's a bad guy. They were all villains. So you had all villains. When you think Supernatural, you got a villain.
Oh,
Crawley.
Yeah, Crawley's
one
Crawley. Of my favorites.
Crawley's amazing, but he's a villain. He's a bad guy. So I mean, we're going to be talking about villains, but there's some villains that you just want to root for. You want them to do, you know, you want them to do the, maybe not the good thing, but you know, villains, they dress well. They always have the good sharp words. They're very witty.
I actually wore my heart sweatshirt because I love a good villain. So that's why I wore that tonight. So anyway, we're going to get started. How many of you, and I think we mostly have girls on here right now. And Marianne, I'm pretty sure you probably watched this, the Pretty Little Liars series. How many of you guys, show us with some hearts, have watched this series? A is everywhere. How many of you have watched this? Seen this? Is anyone still on here? I think there's a bit of a lag.
There's a lag.
Hi. Oh, we might have a boy.
There you go.
There we go. There's the hearts. Okay. Yeah. So I picked a Pretty Little Liars because I think that now the books are very different than the series. So those of you that have read the books, you know that it's absolutely different than the series. Mr. Unger's watched it a few times just by proxy because I have it on. And also he thinks some of the girls are cute.
I have a teenage daughter, so yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
Hi, Miss Powell. So Mr. Unger thinks some of the girls are cute too. By the way, did I say that? I think that's why he's watched it a few times. But the book is definitely different than the series. The series is great on TV. I enjoy it, but the books are so much better. I actually, right now in the library, I have 2 of every single one of the books. So you definitely want to stop by and check these out if you like the Pretty Little Liars series. Okay, so I'll let you go with one of yours now, Mr. Unger.
Recently on Netflix, big hit. Everybody was, I'm sure, watching it. Or
I don't know if they can see
my
it.
son kind of jumped in, move it forward. Series of unfortunate events, and this is also, we got, once again, simulcasting. If you don't know, we're on YouTube at the same time, because YouTube, we can keep it there. It's forever. Instagram's only got it for 24 hours, so it's
Angie,
there.
you can still stop by and check out books. You're welcome to, sweetheart.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, she's not going to turn you away.
Yeah,
Get out of my library. No,
No.
it's not going to happen.
No,
She
you're
only tells
welcome.
teachers that. Miss Williams. Oh, hey, Miss Williams is here.
She's not even on tonight.
Yes, she is.
Is she? Miss
Yeah.
Williams, are you on? Hi, Public Library just joined us.
Oh,
Yay!
hey, Public Library.
Okay.
So we got villain, Count Olaf. Yes, master of disguise. Maybe not so clever, but sometimes amazingly can lose limbs and such. Amazing. So there's, if you get into the books, you'll know there are a lot more books than there was to the Netflix series or the original series of Unfortunate Events movie that was out. So check out the books, a little bit lighter of a read, fun to read.
Miss Williams is actually reading these books right now. She's busting through them really quickly.
She has a high reading level.
And oh, look, they watched it in Mr. Townsley's last year.
There you go.
So he's a great villain, and it's a really good series, and it's a quick series to read. And what I like the most about it is that boys or girls will enjoy the series. And as a librarian, I'm always looking for books that I can get my boys into, and I can also get my girls into, because it makes my job easier. Okay.
And it's just he's a funny villain. I mean,
he's a funny villain.
He always gets busted, but he always comes back.
Exactly. Actually, the Netflix series that came out, our son, we put him to bed, and he's
a Netflix cheater.
He stayed up all night long and watched the whole rest of the series. When we
got about halfway
sleeping.
through, and then we went to bed, and he got his tablet out. And he was like, I just woke up and I started watching it.
So he like cheated on us, because we have like
All
a
night.
whole rule about Netflix. Like you don't go ahead of each other when you're watching Netflix. You do it together.
It's Netflix cheating.
Absolutely.
It is. Yeah.
I can get you book 5 and book 7. Miss Williams, that's one I didn't think I have, but I do have that one. So I'm going to go to my very
easy one.
Very, very, very favorite female villain. And we're going to bust out the Harry Potter again. Okay, and I picked this book specifically. This is book number 5. So can anyone guess for me who my favorite villain is from book 5? And I want you to think a little bit more. Go past Baltimore. Umbridge, yeah. Umbridge is awful too. Oh my God. No, she is terrible too. She is, right? Those cats, she's just so freaky. She totally freaks me out. But my absolute favorite female villain is
I killed Sirius Black.
That was such a good rendition. I mean, that was fantastic, right? Yes, Bellatrix Lestrange. So I totally think this year for Halloween at school, every day I'm going to dress up as a different character. And I've been waiting, like, since Harry Potter came out, because I have total Bellatrix hair. Like, I can rock some Bellatrix hair. I think I will probably freak Mr. Sessler out. But I am going to go ahead.
So it's not just me that
I'm going to go ahead and do it. I think that I'm going to live on the edge. And every day, the week of Halloween, I'm going to dress up as a different fun character, a different villain. I think. Wouldn't that be fun? Would you guys like to see that? Show me some hearts. So I know. Because I love seeing the hearts. It's so fun. Okay. You can go on with your next one.
400, 500.
Just go. Go with your next book. No?
No?
Yeah, I want to see the hearts. Hey, Pepe.
Pepe. There they are. See,
Yay.
I told you. It's about 8 seconds lag.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Oh, yay. I love you guys. It's so fun.
Okay, so I went a little bit outside of the box on this one.
No, everyone thinks I should dress up, though. That's why they're shooting.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I agree. Thank you. She does need to.
Yes. Bellatrix hair.
My next book was The Martian. I know science, nerd here. I had to bring that in here. Now, the villain in this one, a little bit out there, and of
Peyton's
course,
on your team.
Matt Damon. I'm on your team. Team
Cambridge.
Unger. Oh,
Yeah,
Cambridge.
Team
Oh, okay,
Unger.
I got
Everyone's
you.
on Team
Team
Unger.
Unger. That was fun. So with The Martian, the villain really, if you happen to have seen it or if you read it, I love this because there's such great science with this. The good stuff is the villain is actually you got man versus man. Typically, it's all the humans, whether they're magical humans or whatever they are. But with this, it's man versus nature, and the villain ends up being him against the planet, trying to overcome everything that's out there that he has to deal with to beat the environment of Mars. And that's why he gets called The Martian. It's a great book. Great
Angie
read.
loves that book. I haven't read it, but I'm a little bit bored already. I need a little bit more than that. A little bit more flair.
It's amazing. He will science the out of it just to survive. And
I don't know.
We've tried to get you to watch the movie, and she won't watch the movie.
I do like Matt Damon, though. I do like Matt Damon.
It's amazing.
Okay.
It's good.
I may have to try it. I might have to move outside my comfort zone.
Let's say it's better than Tom Hanks on an island with a volleyball.
Miss Williams said it was a good book too. I ask you guys to move outside your comfort zone all the time when you're in the library, when you're picking books. So maybe I need to do that and try to read that because it is a New York Times bestseller also. And I always tell you guys to pay attention to the awards that the books are getting.
I don't know that if I could get it approved for a class set, it would be great. There's cursing and such in it, but other than that, do you think he's a little angry when he's on a planet by himself, kind of left behind?
I think it's hard when you're writing a book and there's only one character that has to carry the whole thing. If you can pull that off well, then it's an excellent book.
It is. I agree.
Okay, I'm gonna let Mr. Unger do his next villain, and I'm sure that everyone that knows Mr. Unger has been waiting for this villain. And then I'm going to save mine for last because mine's the best one.
It's actually a plethora, and I hadn't gotten to all of them yet, so I was going to let you go, but
stressing me out, guys. Okay, so I will go ahead and I will put this up and see if any of you know what this is. Miss Williams is going to know. Miss Powell's going to know.
I know.
Haley's going to know. This is actually Mr. Unger's book. So don't be freaked out. I know, kids, you probably don't like how old this book looks. But my favorite detective is Sherlock Holmes. And this is a study in Scarlet, which if you watch the Netflix series with Benedict Cumberbatch, if Jen is on here, she does. This is the first story that they do.
My mom loves that movie.
She was talking about The Martian, not about Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, okay.
My kids know I love Sherlock Holmes because the bunny's name is Baker, and Sherlock Holmes lives at
221 B Baker Street.
B Baker Street. You guys got that? There we go. Okay, all right.
Yeah,
they want the bunny to come back. Okay, so I picked Sherlock Holmes because what I love about Sherlock Holmes is that, and pardon my, I don't even know what I was talking about there. Moriarty is the villain in Sherlock Holmes. Yes, Miss Powell, you know I love it. And he is not only in one story. He's like Baltimore. He is in every story, and he is such a good villain. I guess he comes in and out of the stories would be a better way to say it. He comes in and out, but you know when he's in the story that it's going to be amazing and it's going to be engaging, and he's such a bad villain because he does
he's a mental equal.
Yes, he is. And so it's like a psychological thing, and it gets me more involved in the book. So I know this is an old book, and it's one that you guys wouldn't pick out in the library because I try to have new fiction in there. But so I wanted to show you, this is a study. Sorry to put that in front of your face. A study in Charlotte. And this is a new twist on Sherlock Holmes, and I am going to have this in the library. It's going to be an 8th grade book because it's a little bit more mature content. It is so good. I busted through it so fast. I think you guys are absolutely going to love it. Moriarty is not in this book as the villain, but he is such. I think you spelled it right.
Characters are in it, but they're with a different twist.
It's just a total different twist on it. But it is a new way to look at Sherlock Holmes. So we're definitely going to be talking about Sherlock this year in the library. I have a few activities we're going to be doing. And for my 8th graders, there's several of you that I'm going to recommend this book to. You're going to love it.
The actual stories are a lot shorter. Like the Study in Scarlet, or
they're like short
it's
stories.
the Study in Scarlet, not Study in Charlotte.
That's what the difference is.
It's just a short story that's in you. This is a compilation of multiple of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's stories.
You guys probably
they're not very long.
No,
so this is actually like a very long one.
Abby, you've got Mr. Lickvar, so you might have read Hound of the Baskervilles. Those of you that have Mr. Townsley might have read a short story. Some of you have read some of these, and you've heard about me talking about him before. So, but he is my absolute favorite detective, and then therefore my favorite villain of all time.
She just likes Benedict Cumberbatch.
And that also may have a small portion to do with it. But I just, for the record, I have liked Sherlock Holmes since I was in 4th grade, and I read the story. See, thank you. They either like Benedict or they like my story. Were they for Benedict? I know Miss Williams was for Benedict. Oh yeah. Okay, but I have loved it. Hi, Hen. How are you? I have loved this since 4th grade. So this is something that's been ongoing with me. But anyway, I want you guys to check this out at the library.
I know who you are today.
Hen, yay. Okay, go ahead, Mr. Unger.
Okay, so my last one is, I'm sorry, I didn't even put this in front of your face.
Shocking.
It's a giant Star Wars Lego picture book. Of course, this is, acquired from the book fair. Because, I mean, why not have these at the book fair? And notice the little Lego person is gone. I don't know who would have taken that. I think he's upstairs now.
Smart DJ, Miss Williams.
But speaking of villains, I mean, what universe can you talk about without talking about some of the classic villains down there? And I'll just cover both of our faces. Okay, so you got Darth Vader. Everybody knows Darth Vader, Darth Maul. If you talk about Darth Maul, you get the twin sabers out spinning around.
Okay, girls, how many of you know?
Boba
yes,
Fett.
Robert Downey Jr. Sorry, it took me a minute. How many of you girls, let's show me some hearts, know Star Wars? And Rogue One just came out on Netflix. Okay, now, girls, this is why Star Wars is important. We have some very, very serious villains in this, but it's also important to learn about Star Wars because, and this is a tip. Yeah, look at all the hearts for you for Star Wars. Boys love Star Wars.
And they're going to make you watch it.
They're
anyway,
going to make you watch it, so you might as well get into it and enjoy it.
At least the cool ones.
Yes, the smart ones that'll be rich later on. You're going to want to know a lot about Star Wars because there are so many amazing villains.
But my favorite, of course, Boba Fett, bounty hunter, father got killed, Jango Fett by Mace Windu. So much just nerd knowledge there. You have no need to know.
My favorite Star Wars villain is Kylo Ren. I think he's absolutely
I apologize.
amazing.
I did forget Kylo Ren.
You forgot Kylo Ren, and he's my absolute favorite.
Kills his dad and all that. That whole father thing,
It's amazing. He's absolutely epic. So anyway, let's see. I tried watching one during Quick Recall with Mr. Lickvar. This is Hen, and I only remember food and a big banana slug.
That would be Jabba the Hutt.
Yes, Jabba the Hutt. He's actually also another one of my favorite Star Wars. No, I have I don't have very many pops. I have a Thor pop, and Aiden stole his hammer, and I have a Jabba the Hutt pop. Those are like my only two. I think Jabba the Hutt is hilarious. And I am so glad that Mr. Lickvar was exposing you to Star Wars. So anyway,
you're lucky that wasn't one of the questions.
Yes, no, girls, it's good to know a lot about different types of literature. It doesn't only help you with boys. It also helps you when you're reading something else and there's references to it. There is always a lot of references to Star
many
Wars.
Pop culture references that
absolutely.
are made.
So that helps you in many ways. Yeah, absolutely.
So you got Ready Player One coming out in the theaters. That's a book we don't have with us. I know it's upstairs on my daughter's shelf. There's lots of 80s references in there. I don't know if there's any Star Wars references. But once again, it's where all that pop knowledge comes into play. And I know there's many video game references. So all that nerd knowledge comes in. You won't be like kind of clueless when you read it. So
right. And that's just reading in general. The more you read, the more you are going to have an understanding of other things. Even watching shows, even watching a series of unfortunate events on Netflix. There's references to this and other things that I've read before. So, and other things that you're going to come across in class. So it's important to be reading. And I hope you've been reading this summer. And we are really counting down to school starting. If you've been following the Instagram feed, you see we already have lots of things going on in the library. Mr. Unger has been rocking his room out. Those of you that had him in 8th grade, it's totally different now. So those of you upcoming in 8th grade, and Peyton has you in class. So Peyton will get to see it. It's completely different. And so there's lots of teachers that have been busting up to school. Miss Williams was up at school. She has a brand new desk.
Professionally built, might I say.
Obviously not by me. Not I messed the desk up. It was a sad situation. And Peyton, yes, the pineapples. And Peyton, that brings me to, again, being a change maker and being part of the change of positive attitudes and positive things.
Pineapples mean welcome.
They mean welcome and happiness. And we really, trust, Abby has you too. Yay, Abby's on Cambridge. Yay, Abby. I didn't know if you were going to. Abby is one of my interns. She's the blonde intern that Mr. Lickbar recommended. That's like a total rock star. She's totally cool. You will love her. You'll be so excited. Abby, he will love you. Okay. Yeah, he knows you, Abby. It's fine. I'm so excited you got on Cambridge. Both teams this year are great, though. Yes, Peyton said positive vibes. So we want to be the change. We want to have a lot of conversations about books, and that's part of why we're doing this. Oh, good. You got you have all my kids on Cambridge. Wow. Cambridge is going to be awesome this year. So anyway,
we're gonna cut it off at those. That's it. That's all I want. Right there. Good.
Just those 4 kids.
Yeah.
Oh, Gloria, why didn't you get your letter yet? Did you not get your letter? Gloria, you should be. You're AP, Gloria. You'll be in Cambridge.
Yeah, if you're AP, yeah, you're ours.
The AP teachers are Mr. Unger, Mr. Acree, Mr. Volkswagen. That's what I call him. But his name is Wolkensberg. And Mr. Carney.
Who's in Korea now, by the way, not Japan. He was traveling. In Japan last week when we had our book talk. Now he's in...
Gloria, text me tomorrow and I'll check for you. Okay. I can check and see where you are. Okay. Everyone should be getting their letters. If you haven't gotten them, you should be getting them in the mail. You guys got to tell us who you are. I love it. There's some kids missing that are usually on tonight. I'm a little disappointed, but I'm so excited. Numbers. We've got good numbers. Yeah. The numbers are going up. Oh, hey, happy birthday, Trashy Mammal, whoever you are. Hopefully you guys will get them. I don't know. If you were on AP with Mr. Townsley last year and you are a true AP student, and if you are, you know what I'm talking about.
If you're tested into
AP, then you'll be on Cambridge. Both teams are awesome, though. I don't want to dispute that at all.
No, we didn't change any hand.
No. Both teams are fantastic, and you guys are going to have a great 8th grade year.
Other than that 5th teacher might be, the intervention might change.
The intervention teacher might change. The reading intervention
but the teacher 4 guys are still the 4 guys.
Yeah, you guys, it doesn't matter what team.
Carney.
Why would you say that? And now I'm going to laugh and I can't even talk. Because why would you say that?
I don't know. Why is Miss William making a heart? I don't know.
That is Miss William making all of the hearts. Okay. So anyway, it doesn't matter which team you're on. You are going to have oh, Percy Jackson. Hi. Okay, good. This is my Percy Jackson girl. Look, Miss Williams is dying. Thank you for telling me. This is how I know my kids. I know by what you read. I don't know who she
is. I'll just call you Percy then. We're good.
Yes. Let's see. Haley joined. Hi, Haley. Okay, so I know my kids by what you read. And did you read any Percy Jackson over the summer, or do you need the new one? Do I need to order the new one? I have a whole back room right now filled with brand new books, you guys. So it's going to be awesome this year. Anything you guys want to see next week? And next week, I actually start school on Monday. You guys aren't there yet, but I start school on Monday. We're still going to do this at 10 o'clock next week. But once
we
school
will be
starts,
moving our time up, sad to say, when
we
school
are going
starts.
to do this right before Empire because I have to watch my Empire. So it will be on
8:30, 8:45.
8:30 right before Empire starts. Okay, so it'll be like the appetizer before
We got to get
Empire.
our Calucius in.
Yeah, absolutely. Got to get some cookie lines in. All right. So thank you guys for joining. Let me know. Give us some comments about what you want to see next week because it's going to be the back to school week. And we had fun with villains. Heroes of the Olympic. Okay, I can get that. I got it already. Actually, it's in the back room. So just come see me when school starts. And those of you wanted to know when you can come to the library. I got a couple messages that said that. Even if you haven't had your orientation, you can come in and I will give you a book. And that's not a problem. You can come in before the orientation.
I know who Haley Brown is, Haley Jade.
Yeah, you do. Okay. So I will give you a book. You don't have to wait till that orientation. The orientations won't happen until September. And it's really cool this year because we have the public library coming in and we're going to be doing, my friend Haley, we're going to be doing this whole presentation and I'm super excited about it. The public library is going to be doing a lot of stuff with us. And I think that's it. I wanted to talk about TED Ed, but I'll save that for next week because that's my club that I'm starting this year.
Way over.
We're really talking a lot. So, okay. Tell us in the comments what you want to see next week. What are you interested in?
Leave comments. We get the comments on YouTube or you can leave them on obviously
direct
Instagram
message.
Or you can DM.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Any way you want to do it. Thank you for joining. We hope you have enjoyed the villain. I don't know what you're doing. So I'm waiting to see if anyone's going to tell us what they want to see for next week because I came up with villains for this week. And the Harry Potter, we really had a lot of fun. Obviously, we had so much fun with Harry Potter. So we really want a good one for next week too because that's that kickoff right before back to school for you guys. So we want one really good one. So someone give me that idea. Someone send me what you want to see next week and we will do it for you because I haven't gotten any so far. So I would love for you to come up with something fabulous, and we will do it next week.
We could do like school books, like middle school worst years of my life, like ones like that.
Yeah, we could do those. I don't know.
I just think that movie's funny.
Oh no, they liked that. Were all the hearts for that middle school worst years of my life? How many of you saw that movie?
It's a funny movie.
It's a really good book too. Those are quick reads. Okay.
Because like the principal's like Mr. Sessler. All the rules.
What is wrong with you? Okay. All right.
Is he watching?
I don't know what if he is watching.
Maybe he's February 2016 in disguise.
Heard you, and now we're going to be in trouble. Yeah, that movie is awesome. Hi, Tabby. How are you?
But Tabby always coming in a half hour after we start.
Tabby, what are you doing with your life, girl? Yeah, we might not even be there when school starts because Mr. Unger is out of control tonight. So, okay. I know, right? Absolutely. He is, yeah, he's fabulous. When I read that book, I read that book when you guys were testing, when you were doing your K-Prep test. I had it and I was sneaking reading it and I read it so fast.
Books.
I know you're not supposed to read books during that, but it's so boring if you're a teacher to like stand there and watch.
Yeah, you gotta at least get a
test.
test to read and like fill stuff in and
you.
make bubble patterns and oh look, there's a smiley face bubble pattern.
So I was like,
we get to walk around and look at you.
I was
don't do that.
No, don't do that. It was 2 years ago. I was sneaking reading it and I read it so fast. It is such an awesome book. So we can do those James Patterson books next week. Is that what everyone wants to see? The James Patterson books? Middle school, the worst years of my life. There's like 4 or 5 of them.
We could just do James Patterson because he's got so. We could just do a James Patterson collection.
I see shoes, hearts, love. Okay, so
we're throwing shoes.
You want Percy Jackson? We can do a week of Percy Jackson too. I can do that too. We'll do the.
I like Percy.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, so that'll be our next 2. So
she wanted to read Percy Jackson.
Yeah, she wants to read Percy Jackson. She's waiting for the new ones that I have in the library. So she's going to come see me. Okay, so we have been rambling on for a really long time tonight. We love you guys. We can't wait to see you when school starts. Absolutely DM us. Let us know what you want to see on the channel. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel because we're going to switch that because it's really freaky to look at 2 different screens. And then I don't know how my hair looks in both of them.
It's a lot bigger screen on YouTube also. It's widescreen.
Yeah, it's very odd.
Ma.
It's very odd to do it. And then we switched where we were doing it. We've been doing it in Aiden's playroom, and then we came down to Mr. Unger's.
Oh, yeah. Do you like the new background?
Yeah.
Is this prettier? All this down here in my
This
office?
is Mr. Unger's office. So we kind of switched what we were doing because it was weird. I was sitting on the couch and it was freaking me out. So anyway, really rambling tonight. We appreciate you guys logging in. Let other people know, because the more people we can get on here, the better it is, and the more conversations we can have, and we can have a really good school year. So we're excited. I think Mr. Unger's excited. We enjoyed talking about villains, and we will see you guys on Wednesday, unless we pop up live, because you never know. You never know what's going to happen with us. We may pop up live this weekend. You never know. So have a good night, and thank you guys for joining. Oh, 21 viewers. That's good for us.